In this short video, we will take a look at the for loop in Python. And the for loop is a count-controlled loop. And it works like this. We have some instructions that we want to do several times. So we want to loop over those instructions. And the for loop has a sequence of values. And each value will be assigned to a variable that I call number in this case. Then when we have assigned the first value to number, we will run all the instructions in this loop here. So in this case, we only have the print statement with one assigned to number. And when we reach the end of all our instructions, we go back and we assign number, the next value in the sequence, which is 2. And then we run all the instructions again. And we keep doing this until we have no more values in our sequence. We can see the same thing in our flowchart here on the right, that as long as we have values in our sequence, we will print that value and go back, and we will keep going around here in the loop. If we have values that is sequential, we can replace this part here with the range function. So we could say that we want to go from the range 1 to 6, for example. So we will loop over this, assigning number, the values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first number is inclusive and the last number is exclusive. So we will never go up to 6, we will stop at 5. Other than that, it works exactly the same way. We do use the for loop when we beforehand know how many iterations we're gonna have in the loop. And in this case, we have specified that we want 5 iterations, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But this also counts if we read the number of iterations from the user. It could look something like this. So what did we change? Well, if we take a look at the flowchart to begin with, we first ask the user for how many iterations we want. And then, as long as there are more iterations to do, we print the value and go back. So we have the same kind of loop here. It's just that we ask the user first how many iterations they want. And we can see in code here, we ask the user here. And then we replace the second argument here for the range function with whatever we read from the user plus 1, because remember, it's exclusive. So if the user inputs that they want 5 iterations in the loop, we have to add 1 here. And it's worth to stop here and think if we always have to add 1 here. And the answer is no. If we instead start at 0, we do not have to add plus 1, because now we will also count 0. So it would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, if we want 5 iterations. But if we start at 1, we must add 1 here, so that we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the user inputted 5, so we have to have plus 1 because this is exclusive.